Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, we will explain about the structure theory. So, first, introduce myself. I'm Muhammad Ansori Akbar, and my friend is Anggita Tiasmara. Next, my friend will explain about skill 12.
Okay, in skill 12, use adjective clause, connector, or subject correctly. In skill 11, we saw that adjective clause connectors were used to introduce clauses that describe nouns. In skill 12, we will see that in some cases, an adjective clause connector is not just a connector. An adjective clause connector can also be the subject of the clause at the same time. In the first example, there are two clauses. Woman is the subject of the verb is feeling, and that is the subject of the verb is. These two clauses are joined with the connector that. Notice that in this example that the word that serve to function at the same time. It is the subject of the verb is, and it is the connector that joins the two clauses. The adjective clauses that is on the table describes the noun clause. In the second example, there are also two clauses. Place is the subject of the verb contains, and that is the subject of the verb is. In this example, that also serves to function. It is the subject of the verb is, and it is the connector that joins the two clauses. Because that is on the table is an adjective clause describing the noun class. It directly follows class. The following example shows how these sentences patterns could be tested in structured question on the TOEFL test.
Right. I will explain about skill 15. Invert the subject and verb with question words. So there is some confusion about when to invert the subject and verb after question words, such as what, when, where, why, and how. These words can have two different functions in a sentence. First, they can introduce a question, and in this case, the subject and verb that follow are inverted. So there's here is example. What is the homework? When can I leave? Where are you going? And then also this word can join together two clauses. And in this case, the subject and verb that follow are not inverted. Here, the example. I do not know what the homework is. When I can leave, I will take the first train. And the third one is, do you know where you are going? In each of these examples, there are two clauses joined by a question word. Notice that the subjects and the verbs that follow the question words, what, when, and where, are not inverted in this case. So the following example shows how this sentence pattern could be tested in structured questions on the TOEFL test. The example is the lawyer asked the client why. The answer is C, he did. So the lawyer asked the client why he did it. And I think that is enough. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.